How you doing, guys? Back with another beard related video. Today I'm going to predominantly speak about the moustache and a few techniques that I've learned through watching other beard videos, and also a bit of trial and error to grow a moustache to this length, whilst still making the beard appear well maintained and presentable. Now, about 3 or 4 months ago, I shaved this beard off completely. It was instant regret, as is always the case, and I've had to wait this length of time to grow something that I can work with for demonstration purposes. So, a couple of things to touch on. I shaved the head about 3 or 4 days ago, so you'll see here that I haven't blended the sideburns into the bald head. There's a couple of reasons for that. One, I couldn't really be bothered, and two, when I do blend the sideburns into the bald head, I'm so obsessed with getting it perfect that I end up chopping into the actual bulk of the beard, and you're down here by the time you've sorted it, and you've lost a couple inches of your beard. So the first thing I was going to say to you was, not everybody, including myself, likes the sudden transformation between the bulk of the beard into a shaved head. There's a few people that do it and they carry it off well. Lawrence Shalley is one of them. Just off the top of my head, I know does it. What I would say is, if you've got quite a heavy growth pattern on the sides of your head where it connects with the sideburn, then you only really need to live with it for 5 or 6 days if you're shaving your head, because by the time that grows back in, it's going to give you a natural fade without you having to jeopardise the bulk of the beard. You'll see this side of my beard has a nice natural curve. Okay, I don't use any stencils or any other tools. All I do is I put my hand up like that. That's all I do. This side's always a problem area, right? You'll notice here that there's a few hairs that are grown in. Now that's because I took it down too low, and when I was looking face on, I noticed that this side was higher than that side, but this side looked better. So I didn't want to go fucking about with this line. Okay, so I've grown it in a couple of weeks' time, that's going to connect nicely with the moustache. Okay, now onto the moustache. There's a bit of moustache wax in this for demonstration purposes, right? A beard this size needs a substantial moustache, okay? I know it all comes down to personal preference, but personally, I think these wee stupid pencil line moustaches, they just look ridiculous, especially with a beard like this, right? A beard should not look artificial, it should look natural, okay? You can spend time on it, maintaining it, keeping the sides in order, keeping the shape at the bottom in order, keeping your cheek lines clean, but when all said and done, it should look natural. It shouldn't look as if somebody's drawn it on with a stencil, right? So when it comes to the moustache, it's took me a while to get this moustache the length it's at, and it's been even longer than this. I've had it out to about here before, and that's its sort of terminal length. Now, if anybody doesn't know what that means, it basically means that's as long as it's going to go. Obviously, your hair will keep on shedding, but the overall length, that it's about out to here, right? And I can twirl it right up if I want to, right? So I am blessed with decent genetics, about the one and only thing my father ever gave me. So with that being said, when you're growing out your moustache, you need to give it time to grow. So if you're constantly chipping away at these wee hairs here, now they are annoying, don't get me wrong, they're a pain in the arse when you're trying to eat. If you're kissing somebody, if you're drinking out a pint glass, they're a total pain in the arse. But hear me out here, if you keep chopping away at these hairs, those hairs are never going to catch up with the longer hairs out here. Okay, so my recommendation is leave them alone, use some product to style the moustache the way you want it. Use a warm hair dryer to encourage the hair to go in the direction you want, and then freeze it with the cold setting. Okay, so use a wee moustache comb like this, comb it into position. While you're combing it, use the warm air to encourage the hairs into the position that you want. Okay, leave these hairs alone. Trust me, see if you keep on cutting the wee, I suppose it's like an A shape in the middle here. See if you decide in the morning that you don't want to actually fix your moustache, you're going to just get up and get out of the house. When you comb this down over your top lip, what's going to happen is you won't be able to do that because you're going to have a gap in the middle here, right? And it's going to be so noticeable. So what you're better to do is leave these hairs alone, right? Comb them out to the side, right? And if I use a blow dryer right now, which I don't have ready, but if I do, I can get almost all of those hairs out to the side. Now the tendency will be to pull that hair out and that hair out, right? Now if you do that, you're never going to give your moustache, especially not just the beard but the moustache, time to grow to its full potential, its terminal length, right? So leave this area alone. Okay, keep on training the hairs out with a comb and a hairdryer, bit of product to hold it into position, and just leave it, right? Because trust me, see these wee hairs here, right? In another couple of weeks, they're going to be another few millimeters longer, and all I'm going to do is be able to brush that to the side, and I don't need to trim anything, right? And keep the beard as full as possible. Okay, learn from my mistakes. A few months ago rather, I took the tails off of this moustache, and it didn't ruin the beard. It just didn't look right. It didn't look as full as what this does just now. So the number one rule in beard growth is do not shave your beard because of somebody else. And what I mean by that is, don't shave your beard because your girlfriend or your wife decides they don't like it. Okay? Don't shave your beard because somebody down the pub took the piss out of you and told you look ridiculous, right? Anybody that's slagging you off, 99 times out of 100 are jealous of you, right? So remember that. If somebody's paying attention to you and that attention is slagging you, it's because they're jealous of you, right? Especially men. Now I get a lot of compliments from men about the beard and about the moustache in particular. I do get complimented by women, but it's predominantly men who maybe can't grow a beard, and they're in awe of how good your beard is, right? Now I don't have the best beard out there. There's plenty of better, longer, thicker, fuller beards out there. But what I do have is a decent moustache and a decent growth, and I've managed to maintain a nice shape to it. Now, with that being said, I don't spend an hour every morning trying to sort this. Bit of moustache wax, a blow dry, done. That's it. A beard should be natural. It should look natural, okay? A beard shouldn't look artificial, right? If you want an artificial beard, shave it off and draw one on with a pen, right? Because these stencil beards are all faded in and they're crisp, right? Okay, sometimes they look good, other times they just look absolutely ridiculous, especially these ones where they're putting, they're colouring in patches of hair that doesn't grow, so they just paint it on, right? We're getting to the stage where we're now painting beards onto a guy's face, right? Just let that sink in. People are going to a barber's and asking the barber to paint a beard onto their face, right? Work with what you've got. If you've got crap genetics, then maybe a beard's not for you, right? But the number one rule is do not shave your beard because of somebody else's pressure, right? Now, I'm talking from experience because I have took this beard off probably a dozen times, right? Maybe even more. If I'd left my beard alone, I personally think I would have one of the best beards on YouTube, right? If I'd left it alone, because it would be double this size, it would be a nice shape, right? But I've fell foul of the peer pressure. So I'm asking you to learn from my mistakes and don't do that, okay? So just to round off, the moustache, this middle part here, leave it alone. Don't trim the hairs, right? Let it grow to terminal length. If it grows out to its fullest length and it's not growing anymore, and you decide, right, there's 3 or 4 hairs here that really aren't going to grow anymore, if that's the case and you're confident that's the case, don't go in with a trimmer, because you're going to always take away more hairs than what you want, right? Trimmers, they're accident prone. You think you're only taking away 1 or 2, and the next minute you slip and you've took away one side of your moustache and it's all over, right? So my advice would be, if it's only 1 or 2 hairs, either use product to blend it into the moustache when you're combing it out, or pull it out with a pair of tweezers, right? Embrace the pain for the few seconds rather than risk going in with a clipper and absolutely sabotaging your moustache. Okay guys, hopefully that helps. If you've got any questions, feel free to leave a comment, or you can send me a message. Okay, thanks guys.